Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this Redmi 12 5G smartphone. And as you can see, this is a review unit, and Redmi claims that this phone might be one of the best 5G phone in the affordable mid-range market. Let's see how true is that. So guys, here is the box. So let's open this up, and we have a pamphlet here. It says within this package is a smartphone that we at the House of Xiaomi believe will be a trendsetter in the industry for its beautiful crystal glass inspired design. So again guys, this is a review unit, so you won't get in this fancy box, so it will be just like this. So it is interesting that they are concentrating about the design, and in the reviewer's guide it said that this has a glass back, crystalline glass back. I also don't know, so let's have a look at that one. So this is the device itself, and it says Redmi 12 5G, and this is actually coming with the new chipset, that is the Snapdragon 4 Gen 2, which is actually the latest, and this is the first time that has been introduced in India. And I like the fact that this chipset is based on 4nm process. If you recall, Qualcomm has been actually using the 4nm process only for the flagship, that is the Snapdragon 8 Gen lineup. Now we are seeing that with this one, and this one is supposed to actually have a very good 5G modem. That's why Redmi says that this might be the complete package for affordable 5G smartphone. As of now, I just do not know the price, because that's the review unit. We could ask some question. When I asked about the price, they just said that this will be priced below 15,000. So when I have all the details, I'll link the pricing details in the description, so check that out. So here is the device itself. So as I've told you, Snapdragon 4 Gen 2 that we are getting, and this is supposed to have a 6.79-inch Full HD. It says Corning Gorilla Glass protection. It has a 50 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front, and that crystal design, and it also says IP53 rated. Has a 5000 milliamp hour battery, UFS 2.2 that we are getting, and it's nice to see that they are giving 90 Hz adaptive display on this one. So that's what it is. Let's just quickly open this up and have a look. Regarding the variants guys, as you can see, this is the review unit, and they have sent us the top 8GB with 256GB. Then also the two more variants with 4GB of RAM, that'll be with 128GB of storage, and also 6GB of RAM with 128GB of storage. This is the top end, 8 with 8GB of RAM with 256GB of storage. Also we do have that virtual RAM option on this one, so that's what it is. And this says Redmi 12 5G. So let's open this up. I'm also curious for the design, because in the review guide they were talking a lot about the design aspect, and generally build quality is a compromise in budget 5G mid-range smartphones. That's what I've seen. Oh, this actually looks really nice, and yes, this is glass. That's surprising, because at this price point we just get plasticky back. The looks are not that good, but this is a pleasant change for it, and it looks like a triple camera setup guys, but it's not a triple camera setup. Main, as I've told you, is that 50 megapixel, and the second is that 2 megapixel depth kind of a thing. It says Redmi 5G, but again, in first impressions, in terms of looks, it looks actually very premium from the back. Front, again, we have that 6.7-inch screen, and a screen guard is actually pre-applied to this one. So that's what it is. Let me give you physical. Oh, we do have a 3.5mm headphone jack. We still have an IR blaster, so that's a good thing that Redmi is continuing with most of their phones. Volume rocker, and this is plastic guys. This is the power on off button. It looks like it also has the fingerprint scanner here. Bottom will be the speaker. This will be a main microphone, and your SIM tray socket. Let's just open that up and have a look. We have a SIM ejector tool over here, and because this is supposed to have a micro SD card slot also. Yes, so again, as you can see, we also have a micro SD card slot, but it's a hybrid solution that we are getting on this one. It does have this rubber gasket also. That's why that IP53 rated, so it's splash proof. So that's what it is. And inside this we do get a case, so that's nice. A plastic case that we are getting, some paperwork. So this is also kind of, that gives a frosted kind of a look. So nice. So as you can see, gives a nice look to the device. if you apply that case. So that's what it is. And it's having a 22.5 watt charger and a type A to type C cable in the box. But the phone supports fast charging up to 18 watts. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me actually boot this up and set it up, then we will continue. So as you can see, guys, this is the smartphone itself, and it's having a relatively big screen, 6.79 inch screen. And again, this is the fingerprint scanner, as I've told you, and this is very responsive. If you just touch it, it'll unlock. By default, the functionality is that you have to press it to unlock, but in the settings you can actually change it, and it's very, very responsive. So that's not and if you talk about the version of Android that we are getting out of the box, it's Android 13 that we are getting on this smartphone. So that's actually good. That runs on the MIUI version 14. And there are some bloatware, that is pre-installed apps. As you can see over here, these are the pre-installed apps. I would say the last three are the others are okay. And we also have some preloaded games on this one. One thing that I liked is that if you notice, the scrolling and everything is very smooth on this smartphone, and that's because of that adaptive 90 Hz refresh rate. If you go towards the settings and if you go to the display option, again I've set it to the dark mode, and refresh rate, I would say just leave it on default, because it based on the content it moves from that 60 to 90 Hz. But if you really want to force it, you can go here and force it to actually 90 Hz or whatever. I've just kept it on default, and it's actually doing a good job, I would say. So that adaptive refresh rate is working. Okay, one thing I was also very, very curious about this one was this, because of this new what do you say, Snapdragon 4 Gen 2 chipset. I was also curious about the performance, and luckily I would say the performance is good on this chipset. And it should also give, it's too early to comment about the battery life, but initial testing, I would say, as this is having a relatively big battery, that's a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and because of the Snapdragon 4 Gen 2, which is based on 4 nanometer process, the battery life should be also very good. I ran some benchmarks. Let me actually show you. I saved some screenshots, and this is Geekbench 6, and as you can see, we got a very healthy score of 873 for single core, and for multi-core 2121. So this is actually very, very good score considering the price point of this smartphone, which will be sold below 15,000 or so. So that way I would say it's actually doing a good job. I also actually wanted to test the 5G, and again, as you can see, I put my Jio SIM on this, and I'm getting that Jio True 5G on this one. Many of you have been complaining that I only test with the Airtel, so this time I tested it with Jio, and I again if you can see, this was a speed test that I was doing with the Jio SIM on 5G, and we got a download speed of 332. Though the area that I'm in is actually outskirts of the city. Then also I'm getting this good speed. So actually the modem used on this new Snapdragon 4 Gen 2 is actually a very good modem. It's the X61 modem that we are getting. So the 5G performance will also be good, and you don't have to worry. Yes, it will work with Jio as well as Airtel. So that's what it is. And again, as I've told you, the back looks very, very premium, and because of this glass, it gives that premium feel towards the handset. And guys, before we move ahead, here are all the specs for this Redmi 5G smartphone. The only one nitpicking that I have with this smartphone is that though yes, I like the fact that they have provided the 3.5mm headphone jack, but again, the speaker is just a mono speaker. It could have been great if they would have given a stereo, but again, that's nitpicking that I'm doing. Now let's also look at the camera. So let me actually show you some of the samples taken with this smartphone. First, some outdoor shots. It was a dull, gloomy, very cloudy day, and these are some of the sample shots that I have taken in outdoor conditions. And these shots were taken in indoor lighting conditions. These were in my office in artificial lighting. Now some samples with the 8 megapixel front-facing camera in the default mode, and this was with the portrait mode. In fact, it did much better in the portrait mode than what I expected. Recording with the rear-facing camera, and the maximum resolution supported is 1080p. So I've actually set it to 1080p, and the audio that is being recorded is also from its internal microphone. So this is a quick sample video with the rear facing camera. The front facing camera video recording is also up to 1080p, so I've set it to 1080p, and this video is with the front facing camera, and the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone. So guys, this is the Redmi 12 5G. What do you guys feel about this smartphone? It'll be very interesting to see how Xiaomi India prices this one in India. And if they are aggressive with their pricing, I feel this can be a very good challenger, I would say, for people who are looking for 5G handset at affordable, decent price point. Because now we have 5G across India in most of the cities, and we are getting actually good speeds in 5G. So if you're looking for a mid-range-ish smartphone and your budget is not that high and 5G is a high priority, you can definitely have a look at this Redmi 12 5G. But would love to know, what do you feel about this Redmi 12 5G? So share your thoughts in the comment section below. And again guys, once I know the India exact pricing, I'll add that in the description. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.